Okay, so this is a pretty easy project, and I carved one of these earlier, and then I started working on this piece of wood, and I thought, why don't I make a video of this, because it's so easy and I think a lot of people will enjoy it. So what I plan on doing with this is I'm going to put some arms on this pumpkin, just like this, probably right here in here, and you can kind of see the way that would look. So really a nice easy project to do, probably maybe 30 minutes altogether, and I'm going to walk through the steps and see what we end up with. So the first thing that I want to do here is just basically round it off. You want that torpedo shape. So I'm going to keep working at this all the way down. Flip it around for this side. You just want to do that to the whole piece, get that classic torpedo shape. Okay, so now that that's done, the next part is just to kind of get the two pumpkins separated there like these. Oh, and I forgot that I'm actually going to take and hollow this out a little bit and then put like a 1/8 inch dowel in here for the top of the pumpkin. And I'll show you what that looks like towards the end. But you just want to take your V gouge, doesn't have to be this exact size. This is a number 12. And just follow that line. And the next step, I'm going to use this number 3 5/8 and just go in like this. And you want to go all the way around like that. Flip it around, come in like this. And you just want to keep working at that line like that. And go all the way around. The next step after that is just going to be to come in here and round these edges off. I'm going to work on this just to make it look more like a pumpkin like this. So I'm going to round the edges and on the bottom as well. And to get this material out of the base real quick, I'm going to use this gouge. Okay, that's pretty good. Now for the top piece, just want to round that off, trying to get to that pumpkin shape. Just about there. I'm going to clean that up, and then what I'm going to do next is pencil in the eyes and all of the facial features. Okay, at this point you should have something that looks like this, nice and rounded, and you can see I've penciled in what the eyes, nose, and mouth is going to look like. So for that, you just carefully want to use your knife, and I like to just kind of roll the knife with the wood. And if you don't get them exact, don't worry. You can always fix that. And same thing for the mouth. For me at least, it's much easier to work with a larger piece of wood than it is something that's like 3 inches. You just have more control, less chance that you're going to cut yourself. And right in there like that. Perfect. Same thing for these teeth. Putting quite a bit of pressure on that. And same thing for the lower teeth. Okay. Got this little 70° by 1/8 V-gouge. I'm just going to use that right here. And you can always roll that wood like that. Perfect. Get that nose done. Nice. Back to that gouge again. You kind of want the pumpkin to look like he's wincing a little bit, you know, under all that pressure. So at this stage, you can either use, you know, your knife to kind of go in against that line. You can use something like this, you know, to get in there against what you've just cut out. Pretty much your choice. And you just want to take a little bit of material out. Like that. I can see, maybe I need to do that a little bit better. Another tool that you might want to use is something like this, which is number 3 by 1/8. Perfect for getting into these little spots. Come down here to the nose. Easy little project, it's a simple project to do, and people really seem to like these once they're painted up. take another pass at that. Another pass there. And you could also do another pass up here just to kind of get a little bit more depth. Like that. So you kind of get the idea. We're just using this knife to create kind of like a nice stop cut. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get the depth that we like. Okay, at this stage, that's what you should have. Something like this. You can see I nicked myself just a little bit. It happens on occasion. So the next step is you just want to take the knife and follow those lines for the teeth. Like that. And I'm going to flip it over and just carry those lines, kind of rock the blade ahead like that. And like that. And same thing down here. And same thing, you just want to rock that blade right back like that. Okay, so he's looking pretty good. We're getting there. Could take out a little bit more material in here if you want, but I think all in all he's actually looking pretty darn good. Not bad. So the next step is going to be drawing in the lines for the pumpkin, kind of like what I have over here, you know, for this guy. We want to draw these lines in, and I'll show you what he looks like after we do that. So after drawing the lines, you want to use, I think in this case I'll probably use this gouge, and you just want to follow those lines. And then I'm just going to use this to kind of take the edge off of those lines just a little bit. So again, what I'm going to do is just use this gouge to roughly follow those lines. Like this. And then once you've got that done, you just want to take that edge off a little bit. And you want to do that for every line that you've got. Okay, so this is what the pumpkin should look like at this stage. You've got the lines all cleaned up. And what I need to do now is make a little room for that 1/8 inch dowel that I'm going to put in here. So to accommodate that, make it look a little bit more like a pumpkin, I'm using this gouge to just shape the top like this. Kind of like that. And you want to go back to that 70-degree V gouge and just shape that a little bit like this. And you're rounding that edge off a little bit. Like this. Okay, so the next step is, actually I have to do that to this one too, I haven't done that yet, but the next step is just to sand him up a little bit and take him over to the drill press, or just take a drill and drill directly down about, a little over 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 3/8, and you tap that dowel in there, and then you just use your knife to cut the end off, and I'll show you what that looks like when he's done. And then of course I've got to do the 1/8 inch drill holes over here so that I can put the arms in. So he's going to have arms coming out like that. So I'll show you what he looks like when I get him finished. Okay, so this is what they both look like. And they've got the grapevine in there, they've got the top. And right now I haven't glued them in, so they'll come out for painting and that kind of stuff. And I can always drop a little bit of glue in there. But I think they'll look pretty good once I get them painted up. So a nice, easy little project, afternoon project, something fun to do. And everybody that sees these things will smile, I guarantee it. And here's a look at what they look like all finished up. So I outlined the teeth in black, put the arms back in and the tops after they're painted. Don't forget to sign the bottom. But I think they turned out pretty good. Great little Halloween decor.